What up, dog? It's your boy Dino. Sorry, a little something in my eye. It's Friday. I don't know, I'm just in a good mood. It's my mom's birthday, so I'm heading over to some family friends' house, doing a little birthday dinner for her. She's, I don't know how she's turning. Oh, I'm such a butt. Wanted to reach out to my Misfit family, see how you guys are all doing. I hope you guys' week was productive, amazing. If you're sober, keep rocking it. If you're not, keep trying. If you don't want to get sober, you don't have to get sober either. I didn't want to get sober for a long ass time, ended up not having a choice. But I will tell you this though, life today is a whole lot. It's about as bright as that sun shining right in my freaking face right now. It took a long time for me to get sober though, you know, and I've been through multiple rehabs, the whole botulism thing, losing my father to it. Stop a guy from getting loaded and sticking that needle in his arm, but it didn't, you know, and I continued to use drugs even when I knew it was hurting my family, hurting everybody around me. And I just always thought that they'll get over it, or if I had a credit card bill, we'll figure it out later, you know, that credit will go away. My credit that bad. Honestly, back then I didn't even care about credit, but it's paying for it all today, you know, trying to get back to being able to buy a car on your own, being able to buy a house, you know, especially in Southern California. You ain't buying a house unless you got help. And well, thank God I got an amazing partner that makes really good money, and I make decent money, and together, like, we way got each other's backs, and I love it, you know. I've never been with anybody like that I just felt like 100% that if I lose my job, or something happens to me, or I get hurt, you know, that they got it. They can hold it down financially, and they got me. And not that that's the most important thing in life, but honestly, it is nice to know that you have a partner that walks beside you and not in front of you or not behind you. You know, like, I want a partner that walks beside me and that, you know, is going the same direction that I'm going, not, you know, trying to pull me down the other road or trying to push me down this road. And honestly, like, I just love life today. And, you know, a little bit about where I'm at right now is I was living in Redondo Beach with a couple of roommates after my divorce in 2018, I think. 2018. Yeah, it's been 2 years. 2018 or 2017, one of the two. We split up. No, it was 2018 when I turned 40. Right after that, we split up. Amicably, and I moved out, and at the time my parents were living around the corner in Costa Mesa, and thank God they were cool as shit. They let me move in, and was able to stack some money, and I wanted to get out of that Orange County area. I just wanted, you know, wanted a change, and LA was far enough away, but it was still close, so that's what I did. I moved up to Redondo Beach, and I loved it. I moved into a household where my roommates liked to get after it, but they could do it, you know, and still go to jobs, still hold it down, still phone function, not, be strung out for weeks on end, months on end, years on end, like it would do to me. And, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little apprehensive and had my nerves telling me, hey, this might not be the best spot for you in your sobriety, especially being so vulnerable after a recent split. And honestly, I don't know if I stayed. I stayed for two things. I really did love my roommates. Moved in with one of my homeboys that had been my homeboy for a long time, and he was living with a girl who ended up becoming like a sister to me. I love that girl. You know who you are. That's my road dog. She's like family now. But I did it, like the second reason was I kind of wanted to test myself. I wanted to, it's been a long time since I had anybody to hold me accountable. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. It's been a long time since I was the only person to hold myself accountable. I'm not saying that my family wouldn't hold me accountable if I were to get loaded, but moving out on my own, yeah, I had roommates, but still, I could have moved out and just got loaded in my room, and, I didn't have sleeping next to somebody every night that was gonna, call me on my shit. And I was a little bit nervous about it, but honestly, when I get something set in my head, I'm gung-ho. And that's what I did, and I hit the ground running, and, I dove all with both feet into work, and, hanging out with my roommates, hanging out with family, figuring out what I like to do as a person, and really do some work on myself of, not lying, not just running into the arms of another woman, really being able to just count on myself and not have someone else there to make me feel better about myself. And, it was an eye-opener, but I honestly think it was the best thing that I ever did. I took a break from women. I usually, my whole life, I would go from one relationship to the next. I'd be out of, before I was even out of one, I already had another one lined up. And that's the tendencies that I saw in my father and I watched grow up as a kid. And honestly, I hated that quality about myself. But this last time, I stayed single for over a year. It was almost a year and a half. I'm not going to say that I gave up women altogether, but they definitely weren't a priority, whereas before it would be like I had to try to find somebody. And this time it was like, hey, and I was straight up with them out of the gate, they knew my situation. Hey, you want to hang out and see if we vibe? Cool. If not, hey, no hard feelings, but I got nothing to offer you emotionally. I am emotionally unavailable. I am drained. I am, but if you want to be a friend, you want to hang out, you want to see what happens, hey, we can do that. But I honestly knew, I knew that I needed, it would have to take a bad woman to come along and make me change my mind. And honestly, that's exactly what happened. Ashley came out of freaking nowhere. She was from a little small town up north, a little farmer town, and up outside of Fresno, and that's where I grew up. Went to high school up there in Clovis, so I knew a lot of people up there, and I think we had a lot of mutual friends. And I was going to a Fresno State football game down here. They were playing USC at the Coliseum, and I was with a bunch of my buddies. And a couple weeks before that, she had sent me a friend request on Instagram, and I was kind of checking out her Instagram, doing a little IG stalking, you know how we do it in today's age. But I went back like, I don't know, I think it was like 162 weeks, and your boy liked one of her pictures, just let her know, like, hey, I see you, stalking from afar, but not really. It sounds so creepy now when I say it out loud. But just to let her know, like, hey, I took the time to go through your page and check out your pictures, and, I see you. And so we went to the Fresno, fast forward a couple of weeks, went to the Fresno State game with a bunch of my buddies. She happened to go to Fresno State and actually graduated from Fresno State, and she was there with a bunch of her friends. And the next day she reached out to me on Instagram. She saw, some of my videos I posted on my story, and she said, hey, were you at the game last night? I think I saw you walking in with your friends. And I told her, yeah, I was. You saw me and you didn't come over and say hello? Like, that's rude. Just try to throw back a little banter, try to be charming. And so she, came back. I forget what she came back with, I didn't want to, I saw you from afar, I didn't want to come running over there, look like a crazy person, but, and it was like the second or third line I shot to her, and I just was straight up and said, hey, you wouldn't happen to have a boyfriend or a dude or a husband or a fiance, because I'm getting too old for that shit, and I ain't trying to be, in that, caught up in that drama and that entanglement. And she replied, like, wow, usually guys don't just come out of the gate, and for the most part, guys don't even really care about that. And she said, honestly, like, I don't get down like that. I would have never reached out to you on Instagram if I had somebody in my life. I was raised better than that, and I have morals, and I think she used, like, homie, don't play that, and I thought that was really, really cool, and that kind of told me what kind of woman she was. So we were having a barbecue at the house on that Sunday, and I invited her over. Well, she couldn't make it over. She was on her way back up north, and so we made some plans to hang out the next couple weekends. So, we talked a little bit here and there. I had a mutual friend, a girl that reached out to me and said, hey, can you call me when you get a chance? And I'm thinking, like, oh, okay, great, what happened? So I call her, and she says, hey, that girl Ashley that you've been talking to? And I'm thinking in my head, I'm first thing thinking, like, okay, is she strung out? Is she a stripper? Does she have a boyfriend? Like, I'm thinking all these things. She goes, no. She goes, I just wanted to reach out and tell you, like, don't fuck that up. And I was, like, kind of caught off guard. I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, don't fuck that up. Like, she's a down-ass chick. She's got her shit together. She holds down a home. She's got a career. She's beautiful. She's cool. She's just getting out of engagement, and like, don't mess that up. And I kind of was being funny about it. I was like, well, you tell her not to mess it up. Like, I'm a catch too, ex-junkie, but no, I didn't say that. I was just kind of taken aback, because usually when girls call a guy about other girls, they're usually hating on them or talking shit, or so I thought that was actually really, really cool. And so I hit her up, but it wasn't right then, but I hit her up after that, and she was coming down for something. I think she was coming back from a work thing out of state, and she was flying back into town, and I asked her what she was doing that weekend, and she said, oh, I'm just getting back into town, like I don't really got any plans, probably get all my shit situated at the house and just hang locally. And I said, or you can get off the plane and drive straight to Redondo. And she was like, don't tempt me. I was like, well, this is me tempting you. And so she said, okay, well, let me see. Let me call my friend who lives, she had a good friend that lived in South Bay. Let me call my friend and see if it's cool if I crash at her pad. And I didn't even bat an eye. And honestly, like, I liked that, that told me what kind of woman she was, that she wasn't just going to come down and stay with some dude that she hadn't even met yet. And that really backed up her comment on her morals, and I was down with that, and I was like, okay, cool, let me know what she says. And so she hits me back, we schedule it, she comes down on a Saturday. And we went down right when she got there. She still gives me shit to this day. Like, right when she got there, I got her in a bathing suit right out of the gate. Like, hey, let's go down to the beach, And I told her to bring her bathing suit when she came down. But right when she got there, she jumped in the truck. We jammed down to the beach, threw out some lawn chairs, and literally sat down there and talked for, say, probably 3 hours. Just getting to know each other and just honestly vibing on every level. And then we left there, went and got some sushi. And I remember walking out of the sushi place, and she was standing on the corner, and like, I don't know, I was just feeling it, and I went up and put my arm around her, and it just felt natural. And we started walking up the street, and she was on the outside, she was on the street side from me. And growing up, my grandfather just always taught me to, have the woman walk on the inside. So it's just a natural instinct habit. Like, I just kind of grabbed her and just put her on the inside. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry, you don't want me to walk. And I just kind of told her, I was like, no, I want you to walk on the inside just in case, like a car's coming, I can get you out of the way. She was just, I think she was kind of taken aback by it. And like, wow, like, that's really cool. I've never had somebody do that for me. We just really vibed on every level, and went back to the house, hung out, and the rest is history. She came down the next weekend. She had a work thing in San Diego. I ended up going with her on that, and it was like off and running, and that's what we're still doing to this day. I mean, it's been, September 14th, so what, 10 months, and like, it's been the best 10 months of my life. Like, honestly, like, she is, that woman right there has shown me a love that I really, really did not know existed. And I didn't get on here to try to be all sappy and corny, and that honestly wasn't my intention. Honestly, I didn't even know what I was going to talk about, but that's where it took me, on a Friday, getting to talk to you guys. And I just wanted to share that with you guys, just to get to know me a little bit better, know where I'm at in life. And fast forward, 10 months later, I moved out of the Redondo Beach house, saving a shitload of money by moving in with my parents for 6 to 8 months. And then Ashley and I decided that we both want to move to Santa Cruz, and Santa Cruz is going to be the spot where we end up by the end of the year. We're going to find a place, and I'll work in the Bay Area. I'll get a job with the union, and I really just am excited about this. I've never been this excited about moving forward with a woman and a partner, and somebody that I just feel like completely gets me on 100% level, and I feel like she gives me her all too, which is reciprocated. that's a big reason this works. You know, we do vibe on that level, and I do feel like she feels like the same way about me as I do her. And I wouldn't be able to do a long distance thing, or nor would I want to, if it wasn't a girl that I didn't feel like was the one, was my person in this world. And I really do feel she is that person, and I really am excited about it, and really excited about where our future's gonna go. So by the end of the year, me and your girl Ash can be under the same roof. It's just, I'll still have these videos, still pumping them out. It's just gonna be a different location, but same story. Just wanted to check in with you guys, tell you guys I love you. Honestly, I hope you guys are gonna have a great weekend. Keep your heads up. Do it. Do it. Do it. This guy's riding by at 10 speed. It's like 112 out. This guy's crazy. Anyways, I love you all. Have a safe weekend. Have a blessed weekend. Hit me up if you need anything. I try to answer any questions that you guys do on here. I know somebody had mentioned something about not interacting. I'm still trying to figure out this whole YouTube thing. I'm having a hard enough time uploading these videos, but if you want to interact or you ask a question, I'll interact, you know, like I ain't scared. I'd like to go live, you know, and honestly, like, get to meet some of you people, but yeah, I just wanted to check in with you guys, tell y'all I love you. I love you, and until next time. Later.